Being a maker means to me the act of creating with your hands. I personally have always described myself as someone who just makes things and then taking that and turning it into becoming a person who makes things professionally and produces a product for other people. I think it's important in this modern era of computers and not interacting with other humans to have a tangible thing that you can touch that another person has touched and to have that product have a life of its own. My name is Katie Stack and I own Stitch and Rivet. We're based in Washington, D.C., and we are a canvas and leather bags and accessories company. We make by hand a collection of mostly women's handbags and unisex wallets, belts, little zipper pouches, a collection of items for utility and everyday use. I started making things as a small child. My parents tell stories about me in the middle of the night. They would get up and hear me, like making noise in my room, and they'd come in and say, "What are you doing?" And I would be hammering something at 4 in the morning with a shoe, probably, because that's what you do when you're 7. And they would say, "Well, what are you doing?" And I would say, "I'm making things." And they were like, "Okay, well, you need to stop making things because you have to go to school tomorrow." And so that sort of led to me making more things and more things. And then when it came time for me to go to college, I I studied costume design and pattern making and started making things professionally. At Stitch and Rivet, I get my influences for the designs from just customers, the interactions I have with customers. Customers come in and say, "Hey, I'm looking for this thing that does this and I can't find it anywhere. What would be your take on it?" So I do a lot of my work that way. I do a lot of my work based on my desires for things, for products that I'm not finding in the marketplace. My insights on being a female business owner are that it's important for women who run businesses to take control of their business, be assertive when they need to be, and not to be afraid of being assertive, not to be afraid of being slightly disliked in order to have the kind of business that you want to have. I think it's important as a woman to learn to effectively assert yourself and effectively communicate with other people without being super concerned about, "Oh, does somebody think that I'm being aggressive?" I don't want someone to think I'm being aggressive because I'm a lady. It's important to say, I own this business. I have employees. My responsibility is to my employees and to myself to make this business successful. And if that means that I have to tell someone that they're not doing what I want them to do and correct them, then I need to feel empowered and comfortable doing that.